Hi, scholars. How are you today? So for the smallest bit activity, the very first thing that we're going to do, I'm going to take a sheet of paper. You need a pair of scissors. You need a ruler. You need something to write with, or either access to your OneNote class notebook through Teams. So the very first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to take my paper hot dog, and I am going to use my ruler to draw a line like that, and then I'm going to cut it. The width of this strip is about an inch. So then when I cut it off, I'm left with this strip. Now the directions in the smallest bit activity ask you to measure this. I'm going to use the centimeter side of my ruler. And initially, when I measure my particular strip, I'm getting about 28 centimeters. So on that portion of your sheet that says 0, next to it, you're going to write, for the length of the strip, you're going to write 28 centimeters. And then I'm going to fold it in half. As you can see, they are folded in half. And where the bend is in the paper, from folding it in half, see that bend? That's where I'm going to cut it. So then take that other half and slide it off to the side somewhere. I'm going to work with this half. So I'm going to take and measure this half. I usually lay it flat on the table so that I could get a good measurement. But just for the sake of showing you what I'm doing, I'm at about 14 centimeters. So I'm going to show you what I have and how I've placed the paper at the end of the ruler and how I've gotten to 14. So it's about 14. It's almost 14, as you can see. So where it says 1 cut, I'm going to write 14 centimeters. And I'm going to take this 14 centimeter strip and fold it in half. And I'm going to do the same thing that I just did with the larger strip. So I'm going to cut it right there where the bend is. And after I cut this one, I'm going to measure it. I'm going to keep doing this until I can't fold it or cut it anymore. So I'm at about 7 centimeters. So where it says 2 cuts, I'm going to write 7 centimeters. Your measurements may be different. If you're using loose leaf paper, you're going to have smaller measurements than mine. But notice the trend. Notice the trend. My numbers, they keep going down. They're not going up, right? Because the paper is getting smaller. So I'm going to fold it again and then cut at the bend, measure that, measure this piece, write it down. Then I'm going to keep folding it and cutting it. And as you can see, my paper is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So that's what you want to do. And I'm going to measure this and write that down. Then I'm going to fold this. Yes, this tiny, tiny paper. I'm going to fold this one as well and cut it. Yeah. And I'm going to fold it again. I'm going to measure this, write it down. Then I'm going to fold this little teeny, tiny piece in half. Again, you see how small my paper is? Okay, so you're going to continue to do that. See how small you can get it. Keep cutting it in half, measure it, write your measurements down. When you absolutely cannot fold or cut it anymore, stop. All right, enjoy.